Welcome to the Light of the Leo. I am Jennifer, the Light of the Leo, and I'm here with my wonderful brother, Mr. JoJo Speaks himself. You can call him Jonathan if you like. I am happy that we have finally made it to season two of
Yes.
Young Royals. We are making it. We are making it. And please, just know it's just not my cup of tea, but I'm happy to continue to look at it and continue to finish out the two seasons. And if there's a third, I'd watch it too because what? JoJo Speaks made me watch it. Anywho,
So wait, you wouldn't have any interest in finding out what the end of the story would be? Oh, wow. Is it because you don't trust the writers or you just don't care?
I don't care.
Oh, no. Okay. I can
And
take that. I can
the
receive
reason
that.
why is because it's still the whole teenager thing.
Okay, yeah,
It's
I
still
just
like a
have a
fairy
little bit of
tale.
that.
It's a fairy tale. And in real life, who knows who you're going to be later on in life. And also, I can always say, well, they're just going to be together forever. They're just going to have the whole bunch of ups and downs, and that's it. And then I'm okay with that. I don't need to know what else, what the in between was. I don't need to know. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna dig into episode one of season two. Won't you join us?
All right, y'all. So we start out the episode with Willam at home in the castle, I'm assuming, a castle of sorts, wherever he lives. And he seems like he's kind of daydreaming or is having thoughts of him and Simone doing what they do, you know what I'm saying? You know, making the love and whatnot. You know, they're
Yeah.
doing the intimate stuff that the grown folks do, okay? Um, and so the queen approaches Willam and says, you know, son, we need to talk. You know, we need to talk. And Willam has no words for his mother. He just walks into his brother Eric's room and shuts the door right in his face, right in her face.
Life sucks, man.
He has no words for his mother. He is, I dare to say, disgusted with her and her decision not to give any punishment to August. But as we said in the last episode, we don't know what she could have done or how she could have punished him, especially with
Exactly.
him being a part of the royal family. He's the prince's second cousin. Wilhelm goes into his brother Eric's room. He looks at some of his memorabilia. He looks at this wallet that he has. He puts on his brother's coat, and then he sees this picture of Eric
So freaking
and
sad.
yeah, it is really sad. He sees this picture of Eric and August, and this creates some fire in Willem's eyes, and he literally takes fire to the picture and burns the side of the picture that has
Burn it.
August's face on it. Did this give you some type of indication of how Willem was going to conduct himself for the rest of at least this episode, if not the season?
Yeah, I was sure of the level of annoyance was going to rise yet again. Because and once again, I may call it annoyance, but I understand what it is. This is yet another reason why I'm not interested in going back into high school or being back at that age because of the all of the things that go on in your life outweigh literally everything, and you as a kid, unfortunately, you don't put yourself first, or there's so many issues, and you just can't be sometimes because you're not an adult. So, I knew it's just going to be just another level of strife going back to school.
Right. August is also texting Wilhelm with a fever pitch, continuously apologizing to him. Wilhelm has yet at this point to return any response.
So what
We
can you
also
do?
yes, and we also see the image of a frog with a crown on his head. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
And what do you think that symbolizes for Wilhelm?
like he's not supposed to be the prince, or maybe he doesn't feel right as the prince. Things of that nature.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. And so we then see a scene of Felice in the salon. okay, getting her hair done. Okay, yes, and she is texting Wilhelm. No, she's actually on the phone initially with her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And she reveals to her mother, Mama, I don't want to ride no more. I'm not interested. It's not
Yeah.
something that I want to do. I'm done with it. And
She
her
finally
mother
kept it real with her.
finally kept it real with her mother. Felice is stepping into her
Herself, her
realness.
own.
She's stepping
Yes.
into her truth. And she's becoming her own woman. And I'm really, really proud of Felice. And I think this is really setting us up with what we'll see with Felice for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah.
And allowing us to really fall in love with Felice. And we also see a difference in Felice's hair. In the first season, Felice's hair was straightened out for the most part. And in this season, she's, embracing the curls.
More
Do
el
you,
natural.
all natural. Do you like this change in Felice? And what do you think this signifies for her?
It made me start to actually like her. That's
Mm,
that's what it moving forward into being herself, because that's one thing that bothers me, especially as an adult now. It's kind of difficult when you're younger to really fill out who you are when there are people trying to make you become something that you're not sure whether or not you are not. So I'm happy that she was able to put her foot down. She did the thing, how I used to say, even in high school, keep it real with yourself first. And
and
she did that.
absolutely. Willam is also texting Felice. He's telling Felice how, August is texting him and apologizing to him. And Willam says he's going to regret what he did. And he's not ready for the punishment that I'm about to display on his behalf. Are you nervous for August at this point? Do you feel that these are idle threats, or do you feel like Willam actually plans on doing something to him?
Of course, he's a crown prince. He can do whatever he want to.
This is true. This is very true.
And
Absolutely.
and and nervous for him. Why would you be nervous? Let me tell you something. When you put yourself in a position to be low key bullied slash have to pay for your sins, it makes it real difficult for somebody like me to care, because you did it to yourself, son.
This is very true. This is absolutely true. On to the next scene. We're back at Simone's house.
Yay.
Sarah comes into the home, and she is followed by a young man by the name of Marcus. Now, did I tell you about Marcus before you started watching the show? I don't think I did.
Not at all.
Okay, so when you saw Marcus walk into the scene, what were your initial thoughts? Did you even notice him? Did he even register to you at all initially?
Another tall, black looking guy? Of course. Black seemingly. You know, of course I recognize him.
You think
And
he had a little melanin in him?
he has some melanin in him. You
That's
saw
true.
his he had a little curl pattern on his hair and everything.
That's
Oh,
very true.
but when I saw him, I rolled my eyes and I knew exactly what it was gonna be. Let's be real.
Oh,
Okay. I knew exactly what it was gonna be. You can't tell me nothing, okay? Teenagers and writers are predictable, okay? I knew exactly what it was going to be. When I saw him, I was like, oh, here's another issue.
yeah. That's very true.
Another reason to clutch my pearls. Another reason to run away and just like be all confused and bewildered. Another reason
And
to
yet
have
you
teenage angst.
right, and yet you watched this whole season in a night and a half.
I did. I had a little something just to see, like, okay, I think it was the last two episodes of the last season that got me like, okay, I think I can finish this. I think I can finish this. Just let me see what's happening on there. And it was nothing that you like. I thought that nothing like the picture that came into my head when you told me how it's going to be.
Here's the thing. Before we move forward, I really hyped this thing up for Jennifer. I did. And the reason why is because I really enjoyed this season. I really do feel like this season is much not I won't say much better, but I feel as though this season is better than the first season because the drama is up a little bit. The drama
Mm.
level has risen quite a bit, at least in my opinion. And the fact that Willam, we'll get into it a little bit later in this episode, but Willam is really stepping into his princehood, and that's something that you, Jennifer, yourself said that you wanted to see, and we did see that. We saw
Well,
that in.
here's my problem.
Okay, tell me what the problem was.
The picture that was in my head first, I don't know what made me think that we were going to adulthood from one little semester of school. Y'all, I really thought that they'd be out of school on the second, because the way that he positioned it, when somebody says something is better, you go to your mind as what better is to you, not what it is to them. And that's what I do love about this process. I'm learning the two levels of thought process. I'm and that's what I find funny is I was like, hold up, why are we still in the school? We're still here.
You thought the second season it was going to be like 5 years
Please
down the
tell me.
line. They was going to be grown with jobs, and
Unfortunately, Jonathan, yes.
I'm mad you didn't tell me that because I really could have lowered your expectations for you.
I
Okay.
After I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell him this during the videos.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yes,
That shocks me, Jennifer.
I
That really
really
does.
thought but see, that just shows everybody has their own thought process. When you told me it's going to be amazing, oh, it's going to be great. Oh,
And
okay. So apparently everybody graduate and we're going to be all right. Okay, we off into adulthood and I can do whatever the F I want to or whatever the F I want to do. And then, I can move forward with life, but
so, needless to say, the only way that this show gets better for Jennifer Star McCullum is if all of these characters are grown, okay, out on their
I want to see
own.
grown issues.
Yeah, I
Not
get that.
teenage issues, but they're all cute though. That's one thing I can say. They're all cute. And it's not always fun for me to watch people find their way in their lives because it was kind of traumatic for me. Okay, I can't say traumatic. It was difficult for me like it was difficult for everybody finding themselves. And it's not fun to be on this side of the screen and not be able to talk to them like, "What are you doing?"
And it can be kind of hard to watch someone struggle through that.
Yes.
So
And
I get that.
that's why I don't like to watch it. It's just the struggle of being a teenager, period.
And knowing that
Because
there's nothing that they can do about it.
that's the problem. There's
Yeah.
nothing you could do about it. It's always a rock and a hard plate situation. I want to do this, but all these adults around me are trying to make me do that. It's always an issue. So yeah, that's why it's difficult for me to watch it. It's like, oh gosh, Lord. So yeah, that's what it is.
Cool.
But
So
it's okay to watch though. I ain't going. I'm not trying to, you know, poo on somebody else's parade. Look, it's all right.
poo on my parade is what you
Okay,
meant to
poo on
say.
Jonathan's parade. I don't
Okay.
want to. I'm not. That's not what I want to do. All I'm doing is just expressing me.
Right. And because I know you, I can appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. And you're keeping it real, and I
That's all I'm
love that.
doing.
So back to the scene. So Sarah finds out that she's been approved to become a resident of the school. So she will be moving into
Yay!
campus. I was really happy for Sarah in this moment because she really wants to be one of the girls. She
Can
really
I
wants
tell you
to
why I
be.
wasn't exactly happy for her?
Why? Why weren't you excited for her?
Because, man, first of all, how it came about. How Let's be real.
August set it up for her.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
people like to use things against people. That's another,
Right.
because kids ain't thinking of that far. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not thinking deep into those situations, and also thinking about her psyche, the way that she thinks and how she feels and stuff like that. She is going into a situation where she's diving in being something that she's not at all times now. It was while she was just at school, she's being somebody that she's not or trying to be something that she's not. And now it's going to be 24/7. And I'm over here thinking like, well, I wonder if her mama gonna know her the next time she see her.
Yeah, yeah. We see that Sarah might be changing for us, but Marcus goes to use the bathroom. Excuse me. And
Hmm.
Simone is in his room, and he's singing on the piano. He's singing this song, and Marcus is intrigued by the singing, the beautiful singing that he hears from from Simone. And he goes into Simone's room. I don't even think he goes into the bathroom. He goes into Simone's room immediately.
Oh, for some reason he ain't got to pee no more when he hear people playing music and stuff. That's what happens when people are singing. Usually I have to use the bathroom, but all of a sudden, I just find
The
myself
urge
being
just, the urge.
somewhere else. I mean, I don't have to pee no more. And you notice after the whole scene is going, nothing else happened. He ain't go use the bathroom yet still.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay, okay. I see what you're doing.
Right, yeah.
Over it.
The point is, I don't think he really had to use the bathroom. I think he. So Marcus introduces himself to Simone. Simone gives him a smile. You know, Simone's very cordial with Marcus. So Marcus, you know, compliments Simone on his beautiful voice. I'd have to say, I love Simone's voice. I love
He
to hear
has a
him
cute
sing.
voice. Yes, he does.
He has. I think he has a beautiful voice. To be
Yes,
honest, I think
yes, it is. It's
I think
really
he has a
nice.
really nice voice.
It's nice.
And he don't be singing like us, like the black folk. You know what I'm saying? He can't sing, but you
He
know
doesn't
he
have his roots in the black church, but it's cute though,
no
real cute.
cute for a
He
Swedish
sound
boy.
like he sound like alternative rock from the 2020 no 2000s. We're standing by a moment here with you, like that.
He gives me a little bit of Ryan Tedder from what's his group
I said,
called?
who is that?
One Republic, from One Republic.
I give you that.
Yes, yes.
I give you that.
And so Marcus invites Simone to go out to karaoke because he feels like
Yay!
Simone will be perfect for
You
karaoke
can
since he has
sing.
such a wonderful voice, and Simone agrees. And so then we move on to the
He
next
didn't
scene.
sing at first, did he?
He didn't. I don't think he disagreed with going. I don't believe he did.
He
I don't
didn't
remember.
say yes. Yes. He's like, I don't know,
He
maybe.
sort of kind of said like, you know, I think about it.
It sounds
Something
alright.
like that. You know, he wasn't jumping at the bit to
Because he
go out.
didn't
So
jump at the bit till later on.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah. All right. So then we come to school.
Mm-hmm.
And so Willam and Felice meet up at the school, and you know Felice and Simone are, you know, catching up. I love the fact that their friendship is growing. I love the fact that she didn't let it get to her that he's not interested in her, and I think she realized that because he's not into women. Period.
But see,
And
it's not even just that. It's just another level of taking what is going on and be like, oh, okay, I see it for what it is. I'm now able to truth with myself. This man don't want me. She found out that man don't want her even before she found out he was with a man.
yes, exactly.
So it's not just the fact that he's not, you know, somebody that wants women's. And to be honest, he might want a woman. So I don't know.
He could. We
He
never know.
could. But he don't we know who he don't want.
Right. But here's the
Felice.
thing. We've never seen him being attracted to a woman on this
Okay.
series.
I give you
And
that.
so that
Yeah.
would lead us to believe that he has no interest in women. But again, he's
Or
never
not just
actually
not those
come out.
women's.
Right. He's never actually come out and said out of his mouth that he is gay. So we really
He
are only
just
assuming at this
he's
point.
Simone sexual.
Yes. I would agree with that. So we're at an assembly. Of course, the choir is singing per usual. Um,
I'm
and
sorry. Every
we
assembly.
every single assembly, like we when I was in chorus in middle school, like
Mhm.
we sang at a couple of assemblies here and there, but the
Every
most singing
single
we did
one.
was at our concerts, honey.
Okay.
But so the head teacher announces that Wilhelm will be giving a speech at a ceremony or some type of press conference that they're having later on in the season. And Wilhelm was unaware of this, and so he texts his mother and asks her.
Oh, the speech, I think was it 100 or 150 years of the school?
Yes, yes,
That
it was an
celebration, that's what he's
anniversary
speaking at.
celebration.
Yeah.
Yes. And so he texts his mom, and it's like, or he texts someone in the royal family, and it's like, wait a minute, why didn't y'all tell me about this speech that I was supposed to be giving? And they said, well, if you was talking to your mama, you might have been told that you was going to be giving a speech at the ceremony.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's another thing about kids. It's unfortunate. Yes, you're upset. Yes, you're pissed off, but communication has to still keep going. My mama always says, I don't care what's going on, no matter what's going on in your life, it's not going to stop for you and your issues. The world will keep on going. And that's exactly what it did for Wilhelm. Kept on going.
Absolutely. Oh Lord, I done skipped a whole scene, child.
What you
So
skip?
before they go back to school, there's this party that's going on for the third years. It's third years only, and we also skip the whole initiation that Sarah goes through. Whenever someone becomes a resident of the school, they have to go through this initiation, and so they put fake boobs on Sarah. They have on these pig masks, and were you nervous for Sarah in that
No.
moment? Oh, okay. You thought Sarah could handle herself in
I
the
just thought of
situation.
I was just thinking about the foolishness of these children. Why?
Right. Yeah. So Willam decides he wants to go to this party, and Simone, he's looking for Sarah. He needs to find Sarah, and he finds out that Sarah's at this party as well. And so Simone
You know
calls.
why she was in that party?
Hmm?
You know why she was in that party, right?
It was because of it was part of the initiation,
Yeah, they
where
had her dare or whatever was to go into that party and like stop the party, I guess, or stop the music or something like that. And she did. She like lit something on fire.
yeah,
The
yeah,
flag,
yeah. She
the
lit the
dorm
flag
flag
on
or something like
fire.
that on fire.
I don't think that that's what they wanted her to do. I think that was going a little too far. But I mean, they should have been more specific with what they wanted her to
Especially her. She
do.
got the Asperger's, y'all. She on the spectrum. Y'all better be specific
Right,
for
her
real.
mind gonna go wild with the
Okay.
possibilities, honey.
Stop it. Okay.
So Simone calls one of his friends and asks them if they can take him to the party. They say no, and so he goes to find Marcus on Instagram. That's the first person that comes to his
You
mind
know what? I was thinking about it, like, why did he have to go? But he went because his mama was like, I can't get in touch with her and vice
with
versa.
Sarah.
Where you at?
Right.
So yeah, he had to go get it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so he finds Marcus on Instagram and asks him if he's going to the party. I don't know why, because Marcus is not going to that school. But that's neither here nor there. And so Marcus says that he'll give Simone a ride. And so Simone gets into the car, and he gets into the back seat. And Marcus is like, "Why are you sitting back there? This is not a
That is
taxi.
weird.
Come
It,
come
it,
come
it
sit up here in
certainly
the
is
front."
weird.
Why,
It's
why
it's
is
weird.
why is it that you think that Simone sat in the back seat?
I think he was trying to distance himself from him, but it is weird. If you're talking to somebody, I don't care whether you're together or not. If this is not a relationship where you're the driver and I'm paying you to be the driver, why are you sitting in the back? That's weird.
I get that. I get that. Yeah, I really feel like Simone was trying to distance himself from Marcus. I think
But
he
like,
picked
what
up.
makes you got this man out the bed to take you to a party? The distance is gone. I don't know what makes you think that sitting in the back would help.
Here's the thing. I think Simone picked up on the fact that Marcus was interested in him.
Yeah,
And
because he forego the opportunity to go use the restroom and relieve himself, and
so that's why he sat in the back, because he's like, he wants to keep his distance. Like, I understand
but
you want
that's
me, bruh.
weird. No matter what the situation is, it's still going to be weird. That's
I get
weird.
that. I understand that. So William is at the dormitory, and he's talking to his friends, his fellow roommates, and he's like, "Why don't we go to the party?" And they're like, "That's for 30 years only. Like, what are you talking about, William? We're not invited." And so
Oh
William's like,
yeah.
"No, we going to this party." So William and his crew, they walk up, and William is walking tall, y'all. I failed to mention William actually got a haircut, y'all. And I
Yay.
really like the haircut. It makes him look a little more mature, in my opinion. And it also fits the change in his attitude, and the change in the way that he's addressing people, and doing what he does. So he gets to the party. And Vladimir, a blonde, this blonde boy is like, "What are y'all doing here? Y'all y'all underclassmen. What y'all doing here? Y'all ain't supposed to be here." And
Doing
William's
what we
like,
want.
"Well, why don't you go get the prefect? Why don't you get August? Go get August." And so August comes out, and he's like, "Oh, Willem, what's going on? Haven't seen you all Christmas break."
Yeah.
Willem promptly says, "You meant to say crown prince, August. You meant to say crown prince. That's who I
Ooh,
am to you,
child.
subordinates." Okay. This hit me hard. It apparently
Okay.
didn't have the same effect on you, and I'm wondering why.
What do you mean?
I thought you would live for the fact that that Wilhelm was talking to August in this way.
I think for me, it's like he's mad, so he's gonna use his stature, use who he is against the boy. Like I was not surprised at all, at all.
Okay, okay. So because you weren't surprised, that's why you didn't go up for it.
Oh no, child, no.
You ain't
Because
gonna get up for anything on this show, and I just need to, I just need to understand and receive that and let it sink in.
I think you may just continue to pay attention. I think you may realize that even with the glory, though I love that show, some of the times you go up for things that I don't exactly go up for.
You're right about that. Now I'm starting to wondering, what do you actually go up for?
And this is why I love this process. I didn't know that we'd learn so much about each other
Right.
while doing this.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So Willam is like, we need to get into this party. He didn't say we need to get into this party. He said we coming into this party. And August is like, well, I mean, this is a party for third years. And Willam said, challenge me.
Okay.
Challenge me and see what
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
Challenge me,
He was
challenge the
like
crown prince and see what happens.
he was
Okay.
like Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying? Security don't check us and we walk around the metal
The
detectors, okay?
metal
We getting up in
detectors.
here, okay?
Okay, yes. And so eventually Willem and his crew they barge past August and them because August does make an exception. He said we'll make an exception for you this one time,
Child.
and Willem and his crew go barging into the party. So we see Willem and Simone see each other from across the room, and the scene is set perfectly. All the other people in the party suddenly disappear. Uh, and they then have this conversation. And one of the first things Willem says is, I got a haircut. You know what I'm saying? What do you think is going on in Willem's mind in this moment? What do you think is going on in Simone's mind in this moment? Because Simone is clearly trying to get away from Willem.
Yeah, all of it is bittersweet and anxiety written. It's sad and I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And so then Simone leaves the party, and Willem sees Simone leaving the party, and Marcus is waiting outside of his car. And so there's this other boy, this other schoolmate who's using the bathroom outside. I guess there are no bathrooms on the inside, but there's this other boy who's using the bathroom outside, and
Nils, Nils,
I,
Niles,
I guess
Nils.
that could be him. He looks like he might be Indian or
I'm looking
Middle
at him.
Eastern, or yeah. And so Willem asked him like, "Who's that? Who's that boy?" And what is his name again, Jennifer?
Nils.
Nils. So Nils says, "Oh, that's Marcus. We matched on Grinder." And so that is our indication that Marcus is in
And I
fact
think I
gay.
kind of went up for that. I was like, "Eh, grinder."
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And so this is, of course, going to put into Willem's mind that there might be something going on between
Because we
Simone
know for sure
and
he gay.
Marcus, because we know for sure that Marcus is gay.
He like the
Absolutely,
men's.
he like the men's. And do you notice the fact that Neil, after using the bathroom and not washing
Mhm.
his hands, put his hand on Willem's face as he walked away? Did you notice
You
that?
mentioned that to me beforehand, and I finally got to see that. And the level of disgustingness is like you literally had your hands on your pee pee and your pee pee, and now you're putting your hands on somebody, not only their clothing or anything, but their face. That's absolutely disgusting. I guess that's what men do. I don't know. Is that a man thing? I don't know.
Not for me.
Okay, that's disgusting.
But you know what's interesting? Something similar to this happened in the first season, in the first episode, when Felice was DJing her own party, and her friend came into the dorm room, and Felice actually put her hand through her friend's hair, and it wasn't.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's just
Hmm.
one of those things.
This is horrible.
There's actually one of those moments in Moonlight as well, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So, well, let's get back to school. So we're going to class, and all the seats are taken up. When Willem walks into the classroom, and the only seat that is available, of course, is right next to Simone. So see, so Willam goes to.
And this and man, that's the stuff right there. Like, come on. Come on. It's like it was done on purpose. Like everybody whispered, "Hey, let's make sure that he doesn't have any place to sit by." Nobody's trying to pine to sit with the crown prince. No, 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 no. Nobody's trying to sit with that nigga. Was over it. Okay, go ahead.
Willam cannot keep his eyes, cannot keep his stare, cannot keep his glance off of Simone. While Simone is staring straight ahead, he does not want to return the glance whatsoever. Simone is trying his darndest not to give any attention to
All you're trying to do is move on, damn
Willam.
it.
Yeah, that's all he's trying to do. So Willam then says, can I borrow a pencil? Who comes to class without a pencil, y'all? Who comes to
The
class?
crown prince.
Okay. And so the pencil case is right at the edge of the desk, and they both go to grab it at the same time. And then Willam grabs it and he asks Simone, can you help me open it? Because it's kind of hard to open. Maybe his hands were a little greasy, or maybe he was had sweaty palms or something like that.
All right,
I don't know.
Jonathan. Whatever.
Willam is trying his darndest to get back into this boy's life, y'all. He really is. So then we go to the dining hall. We go to the dining hall. We find out that Alexander, who was suspended last season, he is back. And so Willam is sitting next to Alexander. And Alexander is complaining about the fact that they have to wait for the third years to eat first before they get over to the buffet. Willam takes this opportunity to get up and head straight for the food, not saying anything to anybody. Willam is hungry. The crown prince is about to eat. And so August says, "Oh, wait, hold up. Wait a minute now, Mr. Crown Prince. The third years, we the ones that's supposed to eat first, not you. You supposed to wait for us to get our food before."
Kindly have a seat. Please.
As nicely as he possibly can, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to step on nobody's toes, you know what I'm saying? He's not he's not ready for no punishment. He's not fit for no punishment, even though
at the moment
24/7, 7 days a week. But because they obviously are trying to show us that he has some type of body image issues. He's always kind of like tugging at his stomach, and he clearly is not happy with himself in physically in a way. Mm-hmm. And so Willam is like, well, who says that that we have to wait for the third years? And August is like, well, it's tradition.
Okay, 150,000 years of tradition. Okay.
Okay.
Have a seat.
And so the teacher then comes into the room, and August is like, well, teacher, we have this rule, and the third years is supposed to eat first. And the teacher's like, you know what? I'm not getting in the middle of student affairs. Y'all figure it out. Do
y'all. That would have been me too, honey. Okay. Don't come to me. That's y'all little thing y'all got going on over there. Y'all figure that out.
There's no rule set in stone.
Don't let me be a teacher over there.
Nothing like that. And so Willam is like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So all hands for everyone who agrees that we should not have to wait for the third years anymore. Raise your hand. We saw all the hands go up, all the hands except for the third years. And Vladimir says, put your sweaty palms down. What are y'all doing? Y'all ain't going.
Vladimir is Vincent.
Vincent. Oh, I'm sorry, Vincent. And so Vincent says, y'all need to put y'all hands down. Y'all don't need to be eating before us. What did you think of this whole scene and Willam continuing to step into his princehood, continuing to know who he is and understand that?
To be honest, I don't think it's about that.
What do you think? You think it's clearly about August, specifically about August?
Absolutely. It's only about August. Him using his position to get what he wants. He's not stepping into anything. And that's exactly you were saying that to me. And I was thinking, like, when does he step into it? That's what I was waiting on literally the whole time. Oh. When is he stepping into it? He was not stepping into his princeliness, his crown princeliness. This was him using his position against the ops. That's all that was to me.
You know what gave me that and that thought about Willem doing it is one of the people who watches the reactions.
Mhm.
That's the way he saw it, and so I guess that's the way that I saw it as well. But
And you know,
I didn't consider that it was only for August until you just mentioned that just
yeah,
now.
like
So
just
that
think
makes perfect
about it.
sense.
He the whole time he wasn't stepping over anybody else.
That's very true. That's very true.
And also beforehand, he never used even before he became crown prince, he never tried to use his lineage
Right.
to get over on anybody. He was
Hmm.
just him. And the fact that he found this out about August and nothing was going to happen, it's like you got to do something, and he did something about it. But
That's
yeah,
right.
he ain't stepping in nothing. He's stepping in here being a meanie. Okay, how about that?
Right. Excuse me. And so then we see August. He's walking out of the manor, and
Hmm.
he's and Sarah goes following behind him, and he's complaining to her about the fact that his life is nothing. His life is
Yes, it's ruined.
torture.
Lord help
He's
me. Woe is
he,
me. Ugh.
and Sarah kindly places her hand on his chest to try to calm him down.
Hmm.
Um, did you see what was happening between them, and what were your thoughts of Sarah doing this for August in this moment?
A real friendship. I think out of all of the friendships that we have seen on this show, I feel like this is the most genuine friendship outside of Simone and his homeboy and girl from back at his old school.
Mm.
That's the realest friendship over there at what's the school name? Hillsker.
Hilishka.
Hillska boarding school. I think that's the best relationship outside of Simone and his homies from back in the day.
Right. And so after this endeavor, Sarah goes into the bathroom, and she has a little moment. Were you understanding what was going on in this moment, and why this was happening?
I forget what was she doing in there.
She was kind of tending to her sexual
Oh yeah, well she had she wanted to pick up the
okay, pick up that skirt, honey. Yes.
she wanted to pick up the records and start having a DJ party
She wanted
for
to start
herself.
scratching. She wanted to
Scratching.
start scratching.
She was
Honey.
scratching and mixing.
Okay.
Look, hey, this is why I give her a lot of leeway, as you can see, because I just understand if you don't have a whole lot of
References.
experience with people
Right. Yeah.
and you haven't had the conversations about sexuality, haven't had the conversations about how does it feel to be in this space, you will never know. So her doing her thing, I ain't got no
It's a
issues
new
with it.
experience for her.
All of
I
it
don't think
is.
she's ever really been attracted to a man like this in the past. I don't think she's ever seen a man in a sexual way in the past, and I think
I
we
believe it's possible, but being right up under him all the time, I think it may be a different thing for her.
yeah, she might have been attracted from afar, but never
Oh yeah,
someone who she's been close to.
yeah.
So then we turn to Simone on.
Or I do gotta speak on this. There's a possibility that attraction didn't come until he kissed her.
That's very true as well. That is very true as well. And she might have been attracted to him, but maybe that kiss allowed her to think that he was attracted to her as well. So
I
therefore,
personally don't think about that. I don't think that. I don't think so
hmm,
because any time before then, it was nothing
it was nothing. You're
for
right.
her. Like it is. It's like her being Cinderella and the prince just come over there out of nowhere into the stalls and kiss her as
Right.
he was looking for his
Yeah.
girl. And of course, anybody that's fragile in that kind of way can take anything and make it go far.
Right. Right. So then we see Simone. He's on the bus heading back home, and he has his two friends on the bus with him. And Simone is
That's
like,
them his homies for real.
okay,
Ride or die.
his homies from his old school.
Yes.
And Simone is like, man, I can't get away from Willam, man. Willam is at every turn, everywhere I go, he's there. I can't get away from him. I'm trying to get rid of him, but I can't shake him. And their friends are like, well, I mean, F that dude. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing. He ain't they do you think that they ever saw it for Willam for Simone? Do you think they ever wanted Wilhelm and Simone to be together?
I don't think that's the case. I think they just wanted Simone to be happy the whole time.
Agree.
I don't
I
think they
agree.
cared either way. So
Right.
if this is what's going on with Simone and if how Simone feels about him right then, okay,
They're
well
on
let's
his
move
side.
on. Let's move forward. Let's do what you want to do. And
Right.
that's what any good friend will do. Because at the very end of the day, when it comes to relationship, it's up to you, not your friends, what you say or do in your relationship. So that they've done a good job, and they've even done a good job of keeping their opinions to themselves for the most part as well. So,
Mm,
you know, that good friends. Good friends.
yes. So they suggest a rebound. Give with Marcus Simone. Go
Okay,
ahead.
you know he wants you.
Oh, you know he is ready and willing, honey. Okay.
Child.
So then we go on to the next day. And Willem and Simone are in the library. And Willem wants to talk to Simone. You know what I'm saying? So Willem is like, oh, so we just not gonna talk. We just not gonna interact. We just not gonna say nothing to each other. And Simone is like, well, I've been thinking about you all Christmas, and we see a smile, like a little bit of a smile, come onto Willem's face. Like I don't know
Mhm.
if you noticed that or not, but it's just a little bit of something that Willem gets in this moment. And then Simone goes to say, "But right now, I just need space. I just need
Mhm.
space from you. I can't be around you. I need my space." Are you respecting Simone at this point, or because I want to ask you if you want them to be together, but I just don't think you care at this
I
point.
do.
Oh,
This
okay. So
this
do you
this
want
is
them?
why I don't like any of this. Cause when you see love, you want it to come together,
Right.
no matter what. So this is why I
So
don't like to watch the extra stuff because the foolishness that they have to go through as kiddos in love is annoying to me.
right,
So
because
I
it's not going to
absolutely
go smooth.
exactly.
Right.
I'd much rather see them get together, be together, go through ups and downs within their relationship and work it out without having any outside interference. That's what I would want for them. That's
Right.
what made me happy. If this was just a show, it wouldn't be much of a show. But if it was
It
just a show
wouldn't.
of them getting together and falling in love and just being happy, it wouldn't be a show. But it's not a show for me because I want them to be together. I want life to be pleasant and easy, but I know it's not for this couple.
So since you want them to be together,
Oh yeah.
are you are you okay with Marcus being in the picture? Apparently not,
No.
because you
That's
said
you remember what I said. I knew exactly what it
yeah.
was as soon as he came to the scene. Okay.
Right. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Child.
So what do you think about Simone's decision to tell Wilhelm that he needs space? And what do you think of Simone's decision to want space from Wilhelm and try to get away from him? And why do you think Simone wants to have space from Wilhelm?
He's just doing what he thinks he needs to do for himself to protect himself.
Agreed. I'll
Because
agree with that.
you think about all the other little speeches he has, the family's protecting themselves. Why can't I protect me?
That's true. That's very true. So then we get on to karaoke night.
Eee.
Simone goes to karaoke, and he goes with his friend.
And his
Um,
friend, homeboy.
and Marcus is on stage. He's on the mic, y'all. What are your thoughts on Marcus' singing abilities? Are you impressed?
I don't care.
Do you even remember what he sounded like?
Nope.
He sounded terrible.
Oh,
He
okay,
was
okay.
horrible. His voice was so off
But
pitch,
at least
and
he
he was
had
so
the
loud, and it
at
was
least oh loud. Wow.
like it was loud. You should watch it again. It was loud.
At least he had the cojones to get up there and do it. Ain't nothing
It
wrong with
was
that.
loud and wrong, honey.
It's
All of
it was
that.
karaoke, not American Idol or Swedish Idol. So it's alright. They do them.
Right. And so Simone introduces Marcus to his friends, and Marcus pulls Simone on stage, and they start singing together. They start
He
singing
made
this song.
her sing. He wasn't trying
Yeah.
to sing nothing.
Yeah. So Simone was a little bit shy, and Marcus kind of pushed him to get on stage and get behind the mic. And they're singing this duet. And Simone's friend, he's recording this duet on his phone. So do you think you know why Simone's friend is recording this duet?
Let me tell you something. Sometimes when you're trying to help somebody get over somebody and they actually say it out loud, I'm trying to get past them, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay? You gotta show these niggas, hey, he's out here doing it. But you know, it's stuff like that that just only make kids don't think right. The teenagers don't
Right,
think right. Because you gotta understand the fuel that the gas that you're literally pouring on a whole entire inferno.
right.
Now we about to blow up.
Because Willam is in Inferno right now. Like he is.
Inferno, not just a flame. No, it's a whole forest fire.
Right. Yes, he's a wildfire at this point
Yeah, and
for the
he's
most
about
part.
to, and with that, he pours hundreds of thousands of gallons of gas upon it so we can implode into the sky.
And so, of course, Wilhelm sees this post, um,
Of
and be-
course.
and of course, because he was meant to see it. That's the reason why the video was recorded to begin with, so he would see this post.
Okay, he
Um,
moving on. Leave him alone.
okay,
And,
leave
and
leave my friend
see that's
alone.
and see that's the thought process. People want to think that, oh yeah, okay, they see that they with somebody else, now they gonna know to no longer mess with them. Like, no, that's not what it is.
That's gonna make him
That
want him even more.
exactly that triggers the fight or flight. And a lot of them, if they're
Gonna
truly in
fight.
love, they're gonna fight. They
Yes,
ain't gonna go away.
right.
Think kids,
Thank Sharon. Thank.
think children.
So the final scene that we have is Willem calling his mother.
Mm-hmm.
His mother is clearly in a royal meeting.
Yeah.
She's in a room with dignitaries and whatnot.
Who
Um,
child?
and Willem is screaming at the top of his lungs.
Over it. I was over it.
Why were you over it? Tell me why.
It don't take all that. It really don't. And it's like I understand why he's yelling and why he's so upset. It's simply because he's a child and is not able to live life as he would like to. And I'm over here thinking, what does he think that all this yelling is going to do? And he had to find out quickly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And what are your thoughts of a queen of an entire country having to deal with her teenage son on the phone, yelling at the top of his lungs while she's in the
He
middle
said,
of
put me on
a,
speakerphone.
he said, put
Over
me
it.
on speakerphone.
What does he
And
think it's going to accomplish?
she's in the middle of a meeting. What do you think a queen is thinking while her son is yelling at her at the top of his lungs about his boyfriend being out at karaoke on a date?
I think that I believe she has a heart for him,
I do too. I do
but
too.
the problem is that she's not the only person that is over here setting what he can and cannot do.
That's true.
There's a whole royal company behind her that has to set what's going to be happening, and they want us to they're basically wanting them to cover and protect the royal crown. She's going to protect him as much as she can, but things ain't
Right.
going to move forward good.
And there's literally nothing the queen can do about it. There's literally nothing she can
Nothing.
do about it. But Willem is basically venting at this moment. I think Willem knows that there isn't anything she can do about it. I think he just wants to make sure that she knows how he feels in this moment. And he's basically saying that it's all her fault because
Child.
she's the one that asked him to deny the fact that he was in the video. And because the fact that she didn't do anything against August for what he's doing, he said he didn't even want to be the crown prince. And yeah, so that was pretty much the end of episode 1 of season 2. Um,
Yay.
so you guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. I have a YouTube channel, JoJo Speaks. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, comment, press the notification bell, all that good stuff. I post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary. And there's my banner right there. And so join us on Thursday nights at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary. I record with Jennifer, Tyrone, and Mike. So once again, subscribe to me on YouTube, JoJo Speaks.
Absolutely. I am the Light of the Leo. That's the channel that you're watching right now. Please go ahead and follow me at the Light of the Leo on TikTok, at the Light of the Leo on Instagram, and of course at the Light of the Leo on YouTube. Just type in the @ the Light of the Leo with the Light of the Leo with no spaces, and you'll be able to find me just fine. We do appreciate you guys joining us on this journey. Please go ahead and put how you feel in the comments. Please let me know how you feel about looking at teenage angst. It just gives me anxiety, and it's not easy. But let me know how you feel about it. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys put in the comments. I hope you guys have a great day, and we're outie 5,000. Y'all be blessed now.